The FBI released more documents about the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails and a summary of her interview with the FBI. Let me just highlight what is new. She didn't seem to know what some classification marks even meant. She said she relied on staff to tell her what was classified. Archived emails were deleted even after a congressional committee requested them. And all she has really said about this is that it was a mistake to use a personal server. Don't the American people deserve a better explanation?
Well, and I think, Martha, they've gotten a better explanation, because to add to what you just said, the reason these materials are being made public is that Hillary Clinton said, "I want the public to see them." When Congress asked the FBI, "Give us your notes," Hillary said, "Yeah, that's great. Give them your notes, but let the American public see it." And what these notes demonstrate is in very significant detail why the FBI chose not to go forward with any additional proceeding. She did make a mistake, and she made it by deciding she wanted to use one device rather than multiple devices. She's apologized for that. She said it was a mistake, and she's learned from it. But these notes, which Hillary urged be made public, demonstrate clearly why the FBI saw no need for additional criminal proceedings.
But Senator
if you
Kaine,
contrast that on the other side, I'm saying just contrast the disclosure with a Donald Trump who won't even allow the American public to see his tax returns.
Let's go back to Hillary Clinton. This is an issue that Americans care about. A majority of Americans do not trust her, largely because of this email issue. 66% do not trust her in the latest Fox News poll, and our ABC Washington Post poll shows a majority, 55%, disapproved of the FBI's decision not to indict her. So isn't this an issue that she needs to better explain?
That's why she asked that these materials be made public. And I think when you read the materials and read the articles about the materials, they go into significant detail about why the FBI concluded that there was no need for any additional proceedings. And again, I just contrast that with a Donald Trump,
Senator Kaine,
who is
she hasn't answered questions about this. Shouldn't she be answering questions about this?
Martha, I just have to disagree with you. I have sat with her while she has answered questions, while she's answered questions about what she did and why. And then she said, look, by using one device, I made a mistake. I apologize for it. I've learned something, and I wouldn't do it again. And I want all the facts to come out. I'll talk to congressional committees. We'll provide the material. FBI, release these materials to the public. But on the other hand, we've got a candidate in Donald Trump who won't release his tax returns to the public after he promised to do so. And talk about national security. He has openly encouraged Russia to engage in cyber hacking to try to find more emails or materials. And we know that this cyber attack on the DNC was likely done by Russia. A president was impeached and had to resign over an attack on the DNC during a presidential election in 1972. This is serious business. So contrast the Hillary situation, where the FBI said there's no need for legal proceedings, with an attack that is being encouraged by Donald Trump on the DNC by Russia, similar to what led to the resignation of a president 30 years ago.
Okay, Senator Kaine, I want to ask you one specific question about Hillary Clinton's emails. Let me go through a few specifics. From the very beginning of this, Secretary Clinton consistently said she never sent or received any material marked classified. We learned earlier this summer that is not true. But we did learn this week from her interview with the she couldn't even identify the C classification in an email, and consistently could not identify classified information in emails the FBI showed her. How could she make such definitive statements if she couldn't even recognize classified material?
Well, remember, my recollection of the Jim Comey testimony before Congress was that there were emails that contained classified information that had been improperly marked. So when she received the email, the material that was classified, which is supposed to be flagged and identified as classified, in many instances was improperly labeled. Now, I'm on two committees in the Senate, the Armed Services and Foreign Relations Committees, where we do look at classified material. But we look at so much material, unless it is specifically pulled out and identified, it is difficult to know sometimes whether a statement or a paragraph is classified or not. And that's what she was saying. Unless it is identified in the way that it should be, it is difficult to know whether particular material is classified or not.
Okay, even after
this
decades in government. I do want to move on to foreign